Hey,
Hi,
it's Tash and Carly,
and you're listening to Motherhood,
not as we planned.
So get comfy, grab a cup of tea,
Or a glass of wine, and let's start talking about all the things too many of us avoid discussing.
Hi guys. Hello. Welcome back to another episode. We're on a high at the moment, aren't we?
I keep crying. Do you? I don't know what's wrong with me. It was getting really tearful thinking about it.
Yes.
Basically, we had our event last night, and I think it just surpassed expectations.
Yeah, I think for me it was kind of and I know you felt the same way, as people were arriving, it was a bit do I introduce myself or do they definitely know who I am?
Yeah.
These people
Then we got major imposter syndrome that I was I remember standing there looking at these people thinking, what right do I have to have a room full of people here to listen to us? And I was just I don't know, it freaked me out a little bit. But also I think the main thing I took from last night and I got quite emotional about was it was this bittersweet feeling that everyone in that room had been through something pretty awful. They'd had their heart broken, they'd been hurt, they'd gone through pain. But it was that united everyone. And there was something weirdly beautiful about that. And it just felt enormously empowering to know that we were kind of the reason behind that. And I was thinking in the car on the way here, I think we can both be quite critical of ourselves. And I know I'm not very good at being you done really well, Carly. I don't know, it just felt an enormous sense of pride that we've used something really negative, really shit, a devastating turn of events in our lives, and we've turned it around. And I don't know, we've always said we want to create a community. And I also think, just to touch on something I was thinking about in the car, and I think probably a lot of listeners don't realise, Tash and I don't make any money from doing this. In fact, we are in debt to doing this. We pay for these episodes to be produced. We have bought all the equipment ourselves. We film off my laptop and on my phone. We do everything ourselves. We've got no management. So Tash messaged me last night. She's we've done this on our own. We've completely winged it. We didn't really know what we're doing. And we're 30... No, and we're 40 episodes deep now, and we're just growing and growing and growing. And I think a lot of people probably just assume, they get paid for this podcast. We don't. We're paying for it, and we're doing that because we have a genuine passion to help people. We're not here getting paid for it. We want to help people. We want people to feel safe and they're being heard and seen. And I think what we've done is given people that voice. I don't know, just last night I felt we've saved so many people going through a really hard time to feel someone's there holding their hand with them. And speaking to some of the women there last night, I don't know, just...
No, I mean, it was really touching, even just having one-on-one conversations with people and them sort of being I know a lot of people say it, but you genuinely...
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's quite... It's amazing to hear, and it's so lovely. And then on my way home last night, I was sort of thinking I'm going through some of my darkest days now, yet although I'm helping other people with theirs, and it's something to actually be proud of that I've never really taken in and really digest and realise that actually I'm going through crap right now, but I'm still managing and wanting to help others because it is a shitty situation. It isn't nice, and being able to feel you have other people to go through it with or people that understand you doesn't make you feel so alone. And if we are able to make even just one person feel a bit better about their situation, then we're doing our job. So, yesterday was just a little glimpse of what we really want to...
I know it's made us both feel we can 100% do this, and it's given us that drive and I don't know, just that atmosphere in that room, wasn't it? There was something really powerful about that atmosphere. I felt everyone felt there was this enormous sense of female empowerment. I'm not going to let something shit that's happened to me dictate anything. And I just found that incredible. And literally everyone I spoke to last night was when's your next live event? We're coming. So all those people are coming to our next live event, and we want more of you, and it's going to be more inclusive. So it won't just be for single mums. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. And it's just some really...
I feel like we need to do like a summer event or maybe like September one.
Yeah,
Kids
on a weekend. Yeah, on a weekend. I think so. Book a hotel for the night, guys.
So guys, anyone listening to this, if you've got suggestions of like when we should do it, where you'd like it,
let us know. Let us know.
Like loads of games last night. There was drinks. There was food. It was just really, really nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's left us on a nice high. And
we thought we'd go through our gift bag. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, we're not going to blow our own trumpets. Our gift bags were sick.
Yeah.
And
to thank all the brands as well for helping us.
And we wanted to shout the brands out because if for those of you who are listening, go and follow these brands. They're honestly amazing. I think all of them are mum-run companies as well, and we love to support mums and small businesses.
Actually, currently, both, for anyone that can see, we are, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Sporting
our sexy
socks and sass.
Yeah.
She made us these. She actually asked us to come up with our own thing. We wanted ours. We designed these socks. So you've got this. And she has got more for sale. So anyone, I just think it's a really cute gift. I remember when I was going through everything and someone said, what can I get my friend who's going for a hard time? I feel like that's a really cute thing.
It's pretty much our running slogan on like a lot of the things in the goodie bag. Grab it, is it there?
Yeah. So we're going to go through them. So first up is
a lovely bottle from Burger. They've got such nice things. My phone case is actually from them.
Oh, is it? I haven't actually opened my gift bag. Oh, look at that colour. We love a bit of nude.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, this is lovely. Really nice quality. God, they did really well, didn't they? These girls did really well. We got the amazing Lydia Bright. They sent us a copy of her brand new books called Mummy and Me. It's all about, it's like an exciting adventure of being a single mum. So a massive shout out to Lydia Bright. It's such a lovely, lovely book.
Love that. I read it with Rome quite a bit. He absolutely loves it.
We've got Play Makes Sense. She sent us some, what they call? Phonics cards. Theo's going to love this. He's like obsessed with phonics. We have got in this little bag. I'm going to wear it now. I haven't even opened my gift bag. Bead Stack has sent us these amazing bracelets. You'll see, all my bracelets are from her. She is amazing. I've got ones with the boys' names on. I've got, ones with the initials on at the moment. I've got just really cute ones. So she made us these. Putting it on. And it says Mama with a little heart, which is really cute. So I always get asked about my bracelets. Go and follow her. She's honestly amazing. She did some with certain crystals, to help me. I can love her. Brilliant. Sorry for the swearing. Well, what's that? Is that the gift card thing?
Oh, yeah. So we've got a gift card for a company called Matchbox. I'm actually currently sporting their earrings right now. They've got the most beautiful earrings. So thank you for this 20% off voucher. But check out their Instagram. They've got gorgeous stuff.
We've got Printer Boodle. I have worked with her so many times. She actually sent me, everyone went nuts at Christmas, my bauble that said the Three Musketeers. She made that for me, and I know her orders went crazy when I shared it, and she reached out and asked if she can make something for the event, and she's done it exactly what we wanted. Little heart key rings. I can't wait to put this on my keys that says you've got this.
Really, really nice,
isn't it?
Yeah, I love that.
Super cute. Super cute. So yeah, go and follow her. She's amazing. She's also done all different things for the boys' rooms. In Theo's room, it says Theodorus Rex. She does everything. She's amazing. Okay, this, guys, we spoil everyone, didn't we? They actually got a full wax melt burner, which is gorge, and some wax melts, which they smell amazing.
You know, I've got the candle up there from that.
Yeah.
Their stuff, it's all dupes, and they smell unbelievable. Oh, sorry.
Oh, get in my house. Yeah, really nice. I don't think I've ever burnt wax melt, so I'm going to do this when I get home.
Really, really nice.
Lush. Right.
I feel like it's better than a candle. I feel like
the aroma. We got the amazing Cake Bops. We've both used her for all our kids' events. Always have Cake Bops at my kids' parties. She's just incredible. She's done our logo. I don't know if you can see. She's done our logo on these. These are Biscoff. They are, honestly, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, I ate mine.
I haven't gone through this gift. I'm going to go through all the spare gift bags and take them all out and eat them. Yeah, she is amazing. Like, she can do like any design to fit your design. So go and give her a follow. She's amazing and they just taste insane. This, I freaking love. Twilight crystals. She gave everyone like a different crystal. I think they were either heart shaped or star shaped. I just think it's really nice, like giving good energies, like...
I've got my rose quartz in my bag.
Okay, and the last one are these little bookmarks by Crafts by Abby. Yeah, so how cute they go over the page. I've never had anything like that. And again, it says you've got this, but she does all different like crafts with like slogans, with, like personalised things like that. Yeah, it's proper nice quality, isn't it? I need that for my book.
Yeah, you got this. So yeah, thank you so much for sending all of those things. I'm very excited to use them all. And yeah, but yeah, so anyway... On to some emails. Should we get...
Let's get crack-a-lackin'.
Crack-a-lackin'. Okay. This one is called, I think my ex is seeing my friend for 25 years.
What?
I'm assuming it's a friend of 20.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey ladies, your podcast has helped me so much recently. I've got a story for you. Me and my partner, we'll call him Jacob, were together for 6 years and we have a 5-year-old. He wasn't the best dad in the beginning, but worked through it as he wasn't in the best place. On our 6-year anniversary, he broke up with me as I've been going through a tough time. He's now best friends with my best friend of 25 years. Props from the event. If anyone can't see, we're currently waving our red flags. I mean, that's fucking weird. They have lunch together and he stays at her house and says they're only friends.
Fucking hell.
What? Stays at their house? Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? I feel it is from his side as he isn't interested in anything, but I know, everyone knows, and it's obvious that she's into him. I'm telling you now, it's not just from one side. Like,
I'm sorry, if my partner stayed over my best friend's house, there's nothing that is remotely okay with that whole situation. It's fucking weird.
Beyond weird. She's doing more for him than she's ever done for me in our 25-year friendship. She sounds like I can't help but struggle to why he wants to be around her more than the mother of his child. Yes, I've had moments, but I say they're valid from feeling insecure and jealous about their friendship. Sorry. There is nothing to be jealous about the friendship. It's fucking weird. No one...
It's not a friendship. It's not a friendship.
Yeah.
It's not a friendship. They're bullshitting you. There's something going on. It's not a friendship.
If my best friend ever started going out for lunch and having fucking sleepovers with my kid's dad... Babe, God, I don't even want to say what I'd be doing, so I'd probably get locked up. No, it's just not.
It's not on.
It's not okay.
It's not on.
I want to move on and feel better, but it upsets me so much. I think I'm more angry than anything. I feel betrayed by them both, even though nothing's happened. Am I overreacting if they're just friends? Babe,
They've stepped over. Something's happened.
They're not just friends. Please don't be like, sorry if I sound like really harsh. You need to wake up, smell the coffee and realise that they are mugging you off. They are lying. They are not just friends. I actually, what are your thoughts on like girl-boy friendships? I feel like, this is my personal opinion, if guys are friendly with a girl, it's because they fancy them. If girls are friendly with a guy, it's because they don't fancy them.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like at different points in my life, like at uni, I had a really good group.
I feel like uni's different.
Yeah, like I genuinely had friends who were boys and I have never ever seen them as anything else.
Because you didn't fancy them.
But also, I don't know. I feel like as you get older and you're in a marriage and things, I feel like it's less appropriate for me to have friendships. Like, I don't know, I would feel weird going out for lunch with a guy friend if I was married or in a serious relationship. I don't know if it's like a certain level of respect because, again, actually similar to what you say, I think a lot of the time the men do fancy
they would if they could.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
there's always something there one-sided that keeps
and
it.
do you know what? I have been in upon reflection, thinking about some of my male friendships,
They all loved me.
everyone fucking just loved me. No, I'm joking. But like there were the intentions weren't necessarily the same. And I don't know. I think men struggle to just be together.
This is not platonic. Sorry.
No, I agree.
A follow-up with a bit of a background I feel like it's needed about our situation. We're still living together. I'm trying to move out but not having any luck. We have dinner and days out together still, and we also sometimes share a bed, which obviously ends in sex. I can't help my feelings how after everything I've loved him to come back to me, even though I know I deserve better. Oh, it breaks my heart because I feel like he's just playing with your emotions and sees that weakness, that because you are still sort of there,
He's got the control of the situation.
to
Stop sleeping with him.
set some boundaries. And unfortunately, you really need to realise, like, I'd love to know if you've had a conversation with this best friend of 25 years, like, why is my partner staying at your house? Why are you going, like, my mind is just blown because if any of my friends did that, I'd wring their fucking necks.
I thought you were going to say I'd ring their fucking nan.
What? Fucking Nan.
No,
Listen, Nan. Tell your granddaughter. Stop, babe. Yeah. You need to, seriously. You may never get the facts, but those actions of what they're doing are enough for clarification of what is going on. And it's time to bin them both.
Bin 'em off. Bin 'em off. Hi, ladies. Apologies in advance for the long message. Guys, then
What's the subject?
I'd love a bit of advice on your next podcast. Feel like she needs her.
Okay,
So,
we're here. Huh?
We're here. Been listening for a year now. Have you? Because we haven't been out a year. But I know what you mean. Since last year. Yeah, we're here. We're here. Like 40 episodes deep. And always wanted to message and would love some advice. It's a year ago this week that I found out my husband, who I've been with for 27 years. Wow. We are childhood sweethearts.
Got goosebumps.
Was cheating with
Another one.
work colleague. Another one, she wrote. I found out in the most cruel way. The woman's partner stalked me for weeks, followed me.
Hold on.
So the woman that her husband had an affair with was also in a relationship. So her partner
Yeah. Sorry.
followed her for weeks. Stalked for her for weeks, followed me, sat outside my house for hours. I would call the police. Followed me to my kids' school, which is where he finally confronted me.
Why is he stalking you? Why can't he just tell you?
Yeah, like that's just to ruin my life. But why?
Why is he trying to ruin your life?
Surely he's devastated too.
Surely you're on the same page.
Surely you should be buddies.
I'm confused, as always.
I don't know. Well, let's read this.
Okay.
As you can imagine, I was and still am absolutely devastated. My life ended right there outside my kids' school. The man I trusted with my life, brought 3 kids into the world with, had been having an affair for 3 months. He worked away a lot, so the times he saw her were all at hotels where they both happened to be staying for meetings. This is like my biggest anxiety. I say it time and time again. It's like the things outside of work hours, which is what my partner does work away a lot. And it's one thing, like, you can't tarnish everyone with the same brush. And it's why I've absolutely struggled with it. Like, when you hear things like this. He said it was purely sex and had no feelings for her, but she made him feel good and boosted his ego.
Oh, how lovely for you, babe.
Stroke your little ego. Oh, let's stroke your little ego.
Hope she's given you chlamydia.
Or genital warts. I've heard they're bad. What's the other one?
Herpes.
No, that's like wart.
Gonorrhea.
Maybe.
Syphilis.
We're just reeling off a second.
HPV. HPV is like, I think herpes, isn't it?
No, HPV is the...
Herpes. Oh, it's type of herpes.
HPV, isn't that what the people get the jabs for? Isn't that what we...
HIV.
No, HPV is what year 8s get. They get the jab, HPV virus.
HPV is to do with herpes.
But anyway, I'm not arguing about STDs on a podcast.
What's that song? Gonorrhea, herpes, no VD.
We have quite different music tastes, it appears.
I don't listen to it anymore. You know I'm just a Swiftie. She don't sing that shit.
Anyway, we'll sort that out afterwards. We were having a rough time, arguing a lot, and I could tell something wasn't right. He seemed really distant, got less and less patience with the kids, and was acting like a bit of an idiot around friends and my family. Anyway, fast forward a bit. I stayed to see if it could work and decided not to tell anyone. He is beyond remorseful. He is beyond remorseful, doesn't want to be with her and never did, left his job and has absolutely no way of contacting her. Really? He's worked on himself a lot and seen counsellors, etc., and I finally got the man back that I fell in love with and married. He's now present in our marriage, constantly telling me how much he loves me and wants to make this work. Works as a team with anything house or child related, and he's now amazing and so attentive with the kids. Everything I could have ever asked for. But
I was waiting for that fucking but.
I like big butts, I cannot lie. You almost did not. I just can't get what he's done out of my head. I constantly feel sad, really triggered by everything, wake up and go to bed with the thought of him and her and what they did together. I'm seeing a therapist, which is very helpful, and has spoken about how I don't think I'll ever forgive him and definitely won't forget. And I know it's more about acceptance and forgiveness at this stage. I'm not sure if I can even do that. How could he do that to me and the kids? I constantly think I wasn't good enough for him, always doubt myself and the way I look. I don't want to break my family up, and he's worked so hard to fight for me, but I'm not sure if I can stay. My emotions and feelings are all over the place. I clearly love him, otherwise I'd have walked away. I'm not sure if I could live with my life without him, but how do I live my life with someone that can break my heart? Any help or advice you have would be amazing. Thank you. Keep doing the amazing work you both do. Much love.
Do you know what? This is a bit of a different situation to others because, you know, we have always said that, well, there's two sides to this, that the person that's done the wrong needs to like make the changes, show the remorse, and actually by the sounds of it, he's done everything that he can. He's left the job, he's cut the contact, he's putting in the effort, he's putting in the work. But then the flip side of that is you also need to be that type of person to be able to accept it, to live with it. Like I, from experience, when certain situations happened in my past relationship with my ex-husband, and was there remorse? Maybe at times a bit, but I think it was more like
he needed
because he felt like he had to and I got caught rather than genuine. Like, let's make this.
Sorry you got caught rather than sorry you didn't.
Yeah, I feel like I forgave, didn't forget, but unfortunately I feel like it continuously tarnished our relationship because I couldn't let it go. I used it against him. It made me insecure. It turned me into the type of person and partner that I never wanted to be. And I don't think we ever had a chance. Once that trust was broken and once he did things that put me in a position to feel paranoid and insecure, I think we were doomed from then onward.
And I think that's where me and Tash perhaps differ, is like you felt like that and you did all those things, whereas I knew instantly the kind of person I was. I knew I was so confident in myself. There was no chance I was going to forget. I knew nothing would be the same. I knew like my trust issues would be there. And I think I was so sure on, I know what I'm like. I know what I'm like. And I think that's why for me, when everything came out, I that was it for me.
Do you know what else I think it is? I think that the partner that you stick with and stay with is a reflection on your self-worth. And I didn't have any. And I genuinely felt like the fear that I had of being without him and on my own was so much greater than the fear of at times not being happy or feeling insecure in my relationship.
And it's like,
that's where I feel like you are, like you can't see your life without him. Quite rightly, like you've been with him for 27 years.
All you know, since your childhood.
That's mental. That's so long. But I feel like there'll come a point where it's like the fear of being without them is going to be less than the fear of being on your own
and not being happy, like not being funny as well. Like I heard something the other day, and it's like, so I'm 36, and it was saying like on average, like people live to around 70. Let's think it's a lot higher. No, I might have got some stats wrong, but say you live till you're 70, you've technically still got half your life left. Yeah, you've got another 30.
That really makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, sorry. Well, look, all I'm saying is you've done a small percentage of your life now. You've got a greater percentage left, and it's amazing because you're not wasting the rest of your percentage of your life figuring things out, being a child, going through things to understand. I feel like I'm at the point now, 35 years in, 36 actually, where I've learned some hard lessons, and never again will I have to go through those things because I won't allow myself to be in a situation. So I feel like my next 35 years are going to be way more purposeful, way more happy, way more like intentful because of it. So I understand what you're saying, like you can't see your life without him. I'll be honest, a year ago, I couldn't see my life without my ex-husband either. And I think everyone who's been in a similar situation will absolutely identify with those feelings. You feel like that's not how you've ever envisioned your life ahead of you. But I promise you, you can do life without him. And guess what? It might actually be even better than you ever imagined. Like I never imagined that a year on, I would be the happiest I ever remember feeling, really. Like I've never been so respected in a relationship. And a year ago, I never even considered that might be a possibility. So I completely understand how you're feeling, and it's totally valid. And I think it is the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of starting again. It's the fear of breaking up a family. And I just want to reiterate, like, those feelings are so normal. But also, I think you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth living my life constantly on edge, constantly paranoid, not truly being happy, not truly believing anything he's going to say just for the sake of staying with him because I'm scared? And I think what you'll probably find is the answer is no. Remember your self-worth. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be loved. And you know what? I think it's that hard feeling of you feel some guilt because he's gone away and done the work, but you don't owe him anything for that. Like, damn right he should do that. Just because he's done that, it doesn't mean you have to stay. And I think that's really important to remember.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hope that was helpful. Okay, this one is called Where Do I Begin? I should have sent this months ago. Ladies, at this point, agony aunts. First of all, I love the pod, so keep it up. Secondly, I cannot believe it's taken me this long to write this, but I need your advice. I'll start by saying my partner is loyal, kind and loving. I struggled to write this email for so long because I don't believe he intends for his actions to be hurtful, but my gut is screaming at me. There's a lot of history to this story, so bear with me whilst I give you some context. We met a few years back and we were pregnant within 3 months. My partner only moved in 6 months after our son was born. After I gave in his notice for him on his rental after getting to breaking point trying to cope with our quality newborn alone with no support. Why we only moved in
straight away when you're pregnant?
And what I can assume was postpartum depression. I was fed up. I was in the mindset of commit or leave, but don't half-ass this. I should probably mention he wasn't great during my pregnancy and friends were often left assisting me with appointments, etc. Fast forward to the past year, there have been numerous arguments over lack of communication, my partner's work pattern, he works nights, and everything falling into me. If you think of anything to do with the house, family life, responsibility, I do it all. I also work part-time, study towards a level 4 qualification and have a voluntary placement as part of that qualification with a suspected SEND 2.5-year-old son who doesn't sleep. I'm desperate to feel taken care of, like I can drop the ball and he will pick it up. But every time I try, I'm proven right in the sense that I can't and I'm exhausted. However, I'm stuck. Do I stay and work through these issues knowing he's loyal, decent bloke, or do I free myself from it? Thank you, ladies.
I think it's really hard because I think we often put ourselves with this pressure of staying if someone's loyal. And that's not the only thing. That is a bare minimum in a relationship. Loyalty and truth-telling, honesty, that's the word, truth-telling, are bare minimum. And I think sometimes we need to remember that. That's a bare minimum. And just because trust hasn't been broken, just because he's honest, just because he's a good person, it doesn't sound like a lot of your needs are being met in a lot of other ways. And I think you need to remember that still is okay to end a relationship based on your needs not being met. What I would say is communicating about it first before any decisions are made. I don't know whether you've sat down and had these conversations and said, you know, I'm feeling this type of way. I would really, you know, these things would really help. I'd really appreciate if, and then just make, I don't know, almost coming up together with some things they could do. Obviously, I don't know if you've sat down and you've spoken about it, but I do think like it is also okay to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. I don't think you have to reach a point where trust has been broken or, you know, something awful's happened for that relationship to not serve a purpose. I think, I'll be completely honest, there's a lot of red flags for me from the start, like the fact he didn't want to move in with you, like when you were pregnant and become that family unit and show up in that way. For me, that's just as bad as someone being unfaithful. That's them showing a lack of respect to us as a family unit, to what I'm going through as like someone growing a child. I don't know. For me, there's a lot of other red flags. So I think once you've done the communication part, you know, if things don't change, I absolutely think you're within your rights to walk away from that relationship. And the fact of the matter is there are people out there who will show up in that way, who will give you the love. You said you wanted to just be looked after and cared for. There are some decent men out there who will look after you and will care for you, and they'll take on your child. And I know we think like when we're mums and we've got children with this extra burden and it makes it harder to meet someone, but honestly, like there are some really decent people out there who that will not faze them. And yeah. Yes, sorry, I don't know. Do you agree?
I don't know why I'm laughing. I mean, I say I can relate to your email, not in the respect of like, look, I've made it very clear to people that the relationship that I was just in and that I ended, you know, he ticked so many boxes for me. And the ones that I held on to so much was that like the love was there and the trust was there and he was a good guy and he was loyal. But like we've said, and I said in that episode where I spoke about going through my breakup, like they are bare minimums. And I think I thought that going from the relationship I had with my ex-husband to my ex-boyfriend, it really highlighted to me that I thought that's all I needed in a relationship. But actually, that's what you have to have in order for a relationship to work. They're the fundamentals, but then you need everything else. You need to have the same values. You need to have your needs met. And by the sounds of it, you've got the bare minimum, but that's it. Like, you don't stay with someone because they're loyal and a kind person. That person that you're with should have those attributes anyway. So it, to me, putting it completely bluntly, it doesn't sound like he brings much to the table. You should definitely have someone where, like you said, if you drop the ball, they pick it up. And if he's not willing to do that, then I'd say jog on, mate, and go and find someone else. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to read this one because it's called Another One, Teenage Work Colleague / Homewrecker. And she's sent like a follow-up saying, sending in the hope my story makes it on because I've already got an interesting part 2. So I'm reading this.
Do it.
Okay. Hi girls. First off, thank you so much for doing this podcast. I remember in the early days of my breakup, new episodes of your podcast would come out and it would be my only motivation to get out for a walk because I would want to listen. I love that. My story's a long one, so bear with me. Me and my ex have been together for 11 years, lived together, 1 child, engaged. In August, I noticed a change in his behaviour. He was distant and not as affectionate towards me. He was sleeping at the opposite end of the bed to me. I think they call it top and tailing.
Stop it.
I thought you meant like just the other side.
Head to toe.
Head to toe. Did you get like the toe in your face?
Oh my God, stop it. That's literally like when you have like a sleepover with a friend.
You're like
single bed.
You're like 9 years old.
Yeah. What? Can you imagine if you just got into bed with your partner? He's like, I'm going to put my head at the other end tonight.
And you feel like his foot near your face. Oh.
But that's just so weird.
Right. When I asked him why, he said I snored in his ear. I'd always been a snorer, so I didn't really understand why now was an issue. September came and he was staying out late at night. He lost his mother tragically in 2019 and it took a lot to get over that. I stood by him during that time on his darkest days. His mother's anniversary is in September, so he told me he was struggling a lot with that and needed some headspace. He said he was going on walks after work and stuff to clear his head.
The thing is, I appreciate that, like, in moments like that, when you're going through something so dark, like, it can be quite easy to believe, because how terrible to use something like that as a lie.
Yeah, that makes me feel ill. Yeah.
Vile pig.
Bear in mind, he works in a supermarket and his shifts sometimes end at 10 p.m. He would be out walking until around 2 or 3 in the morning. Okay, that's a long walk, babe. You sure you're not going to get the shin splints?
Are you training for the fucking marathon? I hate shin splints.
Hate shin splints. I kept asking at this time, are you cheating on me? You're clearly with someone else, etc. But I was told I was nuts and I was making the situation worse for him and that he needed space. October came and the distance between us was huge. We had always been such an affectionate and happy couple that I just didn't understand what was happening. I eventually shouted at him, "Do you even want to be with me?" To which I got no response. I kept going and eventually he mumbled, "No." That was that. I didn't mention, but all this time I had been suspicious he was seeing a girl in work.
Another one.
A new girl joined his job in August around the time he became distant, and she started liking his Insta and stuff, so I had my suspicions. A lot happened between then and now, but basically, on the 4th of January, I opened his wallet, we're still living together, and there was a picture stuck in his wallet with sellotape of him and the girl from work.
Sorry, what? What?
Sticking it in with sellotape? Why sticks it? Why not just slide it in the little card bin?
Look, why have it? I feel like it gets to a point where these guys want to get caught.
I just think some men are just fucking stupid.
Well, there's obviously that, but you don't put a photo in your wallet unless you want it to be seen. Sorry, that is dodge.
They are in bed together in this picture.
Stop it! Oh my God, are you fucking joking? Let's get sellotape.
Fuck. They are in bed together and it's like a couple selfie. Side note, my ex is 32 and the girl is 19.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's going to last.
He says that they are in love, that it happened after we broke up, and basically says he was miserable in our relationship and that this is all my fault. These men, not just men, these
men. This guy, what a fucking arsewipe.
Yeah, it's obviously all your fault, babe. That I drove him into the arms of this teenager by not being loving towards him. Honestly, like, grow up, fucking communicate your needs, work on your relationships, stop passing the blame to someone else because you want to get your dick wet by a fucking teenage girl. So, where did that come from? I think I got a lot of pent-up anger, guys. True?
Yep.
Fucking true. Right.
What she said, potty mouth today.
My mum's going to tell me off. That I drove, blah, blah, blah. He says I showed no affection. He always had to initiate sex. He said I drank way too much on nights out. Literally threw all these insults at me and has stuck by them ever since.
Maybe.
And he's doing that to make himself feel better.
Maybe he had to always be the one to initiate sex because he weren't that good. Because maybe, guys, anyone listening, if your wife never initiates sex, it's because you're shit. Not speaking from experience, Ren.
Oh, Christ almighty. Right. I am in the process of moving myself and my 2-year-old back to my mum's house to try and save for a mortgage for an apartment for me and my son.
Good for you, babe.
On one hand, I'm happy this happened as my son is so young, he won't know any different. Yes, the next few years will be so tough as me and my son live in a single room together in my mum's. But honestly, it's been 6 months living with my ex and it's so toxic for my mental health. He's in a relationship now with this child, said 19-year-old, and he regularly stays over at hers. She's a student, so rents locally.
Oh, but I'm so embarrassed for them. I'm so embarrassed for that life. Is he making her pack lunch?
Are they eating pot noodles together?
No, do you know what? It's the way that instead of looking after his son, he's now looking after his person.
Let's make lunch for your school today.
She's at school. She's at school.
She's 19. She's just out of school.
She could still be at school.
No, you can't. It's 18.
Maybe she repeated the F.
Just
It's really bad choice in men.
Anyway, right, let's not make up a whole life. They go on drives together down the country. Another thing he said I never wanted to do with him, which also led to him going to be with someone else.
I mean, do you know what? That is such a high valued need in a relationship. I need you to be able to drive down the country with me.
I love the M1. Why won't you go to the services with me?
I love the M1.
Title for episode.
I love the M1.
They go to hotels, etc. Everything you would expect at the beginning of a relationship. Meanwhile, I'm here with my world turned upside down. Will my frame of mind, I think she meant frame of mind, get better when I leave? How do I go no contact with kids? Where do I even start to try and build a new life? Send help. Love the pod and thanks for listening.
First of all, it absolutely will change.
It will change. Sadly, the no contact thing isn't the thing when you got kids. Oh my God, I wish it bloody was. But that's probably the hardest part, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Having to have that contact with someone that you're trying to heal from. It always feels like a setback every time that you see them or talk to them. You've got to set some really clear boundaries and make sure that it's like a business transaction. You only talk about your child, absolutely nothing else. Try and hold back on the digs and the anger because it's only going to get you riled up and upset. I think you don't realise it now, but with his actions and what he's done, he's going to make this process a lot easier for you because he set the bar so low and he hasn't brought much to the table that I mean, being on your own is going to be better than with him.
Oh, 100%. I mean, yeah. And again, it's like we say it a lot, but like it is that fear of starting over. But like, honestly, this man sounds like an absolute waste of absolute air. Let him go do his thing. Let him go
driving down the M1.
Yeah, and do you know what? Like, what's going to happen next as she gets a bit older? Is he going to go for another thing that's 10 years younger again? Like, is it always looking for something shinier, newer, less lines in their forehead, less bags under their eyes? Like, at the end of the day, that's not a real meaningful relationship. Things haven't been done in the right way. You've been gaslighted. Like, it's all classic things we see and hear about all the time. It's that blame. And just one thing I want to reiterate is I really hope you know that you're not to blame. I really hope you know that is his element of control. It's him trying to make you feel bad. It's what a lot of these people do because they know what they've done is wrong and they're trying to make themselves feel better. Yeah.
100%. Like, you know, like we've always said, it's about making that list of, you know, the benefits of not being with them.
I can reel off a few for you right now.
Yeah, tell me about it. And really just putting your energy and everything into your gorgeous little boy. And look, and you just got to feel the feels. Unfortunately, it is one of those things that you just have to
go through
it. And do you know what? Something that I
grow through what you go through. I've read it.
Something that I actually saw and I wanted to share, and I feel like right now it's a good time to share it because it's something that I'm going through with like a breakup and trying to heal and everything. I think that what we've got to realise and give ourselves credit for is it's a basic human need to feel like you need connection with someone, and getting those like bouts of loneliness when you're on your own, like in the evenings once your kids are asleep, or, you know, you want to have someone and snuggle with on the sofa. those bouts of loneliness are really dangerous because those feelings aren't nice, and having those feelings makes you sometimes either go back to a toxic relationship or go into a relationship that maybe isn't going to serve you, isn't going to meet your values and your needs. And I think it's really accepting those feelings that may not feel that nice, but it is just part of the healing journey, and really feeling it and going through it and getting through it to realize that like humans need connection, and it's not a bad thing that you crave it. It's just making sure that you're healed enough to get it from the right person and not stay with the wrong person because you want connection so badly. And I think that's something that I generally do suffer with quite a lot. Like, having broken up with my ex-boyfriend, I miss connection, and it's the stronger people and the people that really heal properly that go through that journey of healing on their own and not jumping into the next relationship and really accepting those scary, lonely feelings.
That's it. I think it's learning to be okay with feeling uncomfortable, like, and not having to just fix that. It's feeling uncomfortable and sitting with that and accepting it and recognizing and feeling all the feels. And I think sometimes we can often be like fixers and we want to fix that void in us straight away. But I think what I'm learning, like in a different sense of the word, is, you know, certain triggers that have come from being in a new relationship. Again, similar kind of spin on that is sometimes triggers happen to me and I'm actually trying to get more comfortable with things that make me feel uncomfortable, and knowing that actually I feel uncomfortable because of my triggers, not because of the person I'm in a relationship with. And I think it's just allowing yourself to be in that uncomfortable state and go through that. And I think sometimes we're looking to make things comfortable.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I think going through heartbreak and doing it on your own is hard, but I think it shows a lot of strength when you're able to do that. And I think that people that go through it on their own are the ones that are finding themselves instead of just moving. You know, he's just gone straight. I think that's the problem with these people. They cheat, and then they're in a relationship. They've gone from one thing to another. So let him be with her while you heal yourself.
I feel like so many of these men do that. They can't be on their own.
Person for it, and it will allow you, if you want to meet someone that deserves you and gives you what you need, because it sounds like he was a fucking waste of space. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, thank you for sending that in. Okay, this one is called I'm a bit psycho, but I don't care. I broke up with my partner of 8 years 6 months ago. He had an affair, and I believe that he is with the woman that he was with when we were together. I've created a fake Instagram account, and I've been sending her messages, all bad things about him. I know it seems quite bitter, and maybe I shouldn't do it, but it gives me such joy, and I will continue to do it until they break up.
Plus just start feeding him information. What, just pretend to be a random girl?
I don't know. That's what she's put.
You do it together.
You do you, babe. So yeah, love that. And keep us updated as to when they break up. Thank you guys for sending that all in. Shall we do a little affirmation of the week? Let me think. If you're currently feeling that loneliness and upset, I promise you one day you will look back and realise that there was a reason for it.
Damn.
Yeah. It's got to sometimes rain and pour, and there needs to be a storm for the sun and the rainbow.
And the flowers to grow, blossom into beautiful things that smell beautiful and all this good in the world. Okay, thank you guys once again. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe and follow. We want to grow. Like, honestly, after yesterday, we are more passionate than ever, and we can only do that with your help. So please, 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 even if you just share one of our reels to your stories, say, I'm loving this podcast. We love to see it. Tag us.
And we're going to definitely look into maybe like a summer event of some sort. Yeah. So thank you guys. Lots of love. Bye.